Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are back with another episode of my Ninjago Hot Takes series. This is just the series of videos where I ask you guys, the audience, to submit your spicy or controversial Ninjago opinions for a chance to be featured in, well, today's video. We've done a lot of these videos before, and in fact, this is the 20th episode of Ninjago Hot Takes, so thank you for 20 episodes of this series. And as usual, I put up a community tab post asking you guys to submit your hot takes. That got over 1,400 replies, so I had a lot of hot takes to sift through, and I chose a few to discuss in today's video that I thought were worth talking about that we haven't really touched on before. Now, with that being said, for today's video, I will be showcasing usernames and the opinions that follow, but please do not go out of your way to harass or belittle anyone whose name is featured in today's video. Remember, these opinions are supposed to be pretty controversial. You are not supposed to agree with these. These are hot takes after all. Opinions that might not be all that traditional. So be sure to sit back and relax. Hopefully you enjoy today's episode of Ninjago Hot Takes. Alright, so up first we have kind of a long one, but bear with me here. Hot take, Dragons Rising's new way of formatting seasons is an upgrade for sure. One of the biggest problems I had with Ninjago was the fact that sometimes the Focus Ninja seasons would begin to feel a little disconnected as time passed. For example, Cole was the main focus of Master of the Mountain. He saved Shintaro and was able to fulfill his mother's final request for him. And after that great conclusion to a great season, he goes right back to being a side character in the island and complains about being hungry so much that it gets really annoying. Dragons Rising is done with the Focus Ninja trope, and each season is going to be a new chapter in a bigger story instead of little segments that tell a story, but mainly just for one ninja. Dragons Rising will now feel like a smooth and consistent story that'll be easier to follow, which is why the seasons no longer have titles. They simply just don't need them anymore. Yeah, so the idea of a focus ninja has been around since the beginning for Ninjago, and yes, every single season for Ninjago, or at least most of them, had a character that was more or less the focus. For example, like this comment says, Master of the Mountain was a Cole season. Maybe something like Rebooted could be considered a Zane season. And I know a lot of Ninjago fans love the idea of a focus season because it gives an individual ninja a chance to shine. At the same time though, I do agree with this comment because Dragons Rising is the start of something new, and after countless focus seasons, I feel like it's safe to say that every ninja has had a fair amount of focus. So why not focus on the entire team now? Bring everything together, make everything make sense. I know that for some Ninjago fans out there, the idea that focus seasons are done might be devastating, but to me personally, and to some people like this user right here, I think it's only fitting for Ninjago to do away with focus seasons, and focus on the collective team season after season. Focus on the same story instead of each season having its own individual identity. Next up, all of the seasons of Ninjago were A tier. The reason why I included this one was because usually you see a lot of Ninjago fans have a favorite season and a least favorite season, and it's no secret that some seasons of Ninjago get a lot of hate. Some of them are deserved, some of them are not, in my opinion. But either way, there are some Ninjago fans out there that love every single season of the show, and that's perfectly fine too. Not every Ninjago fan needs to have a least favorite or think that one or more seasons are awful. Some Ninjago fans just like everything, and that's totally fine. Harumi was actually a well-written character and had a great character arc. I liked the fact that she turned good in the end. Yeah, so we've touched on this one before in previous videos, but the idea that Harumi should not have been redeemed is a very common idea throughout the Ninjago community, and it's been the subject of many debates and countless arguments. I know my stance is a little bit untraditional regarding Harumi. I just don't think it matters all that much that Harumi was redeemed after Ninjago has redeemed so many other villains in the past. Why is Harumi the one that should not be redeemed? And I thought that in Crystallized especially, maybe her arc could have been handled a little bit better. Like I said though, the idea that Harumi got redeemed and that she turned good in the end, that never really bothered me. Kind of expected it, all things considered. But I know for a lot of Ninjago fans out there, Harumi being redeemed was like the worst thing to ever happen in the history of the world. Next up here, none of the relationships in the show have enough romantic interactions in scenes that aren't specifically about their relationship in some way, making them all feel less impactful when they're supposed to matter. I understand what this comment comment is saying, to an extent, I think this is especially true for something like Kai and Skylar, which is a couple that I really like. I really like that ship, but admittedly, towards the later seasons, especially Crystallized, it feels like the only interactions that they had were interactions about their relationship. But for couples like Jay and Nia, or Zane and Pixel, I feel like for those two couples specifically, they've had many moments outside of, oh, look at us, we're together. Whether it be them teaming up on a mission and showing increased chemistry compared to the rest of the team, or just being there for each other in general, I feel like they have had a lot of time to develop those relationships. But of course, I do understand what this comment is saying, and for specific relationships in the show, yeah, sometimes it does seem like the only thing that they have in terms of a relationship is the fact that they are in a relationship. Modern Ninjago is nothing more than a filtered sub-creation of what it once was. Filled with bad and lazy writing that relies way too heavily on filler and comic relief, nothing is ever serious and zero focus is on the plot. They come up with decent concepts for plots, but stray way too far from the main point and even underdevelop some of the characters rather than develop them. Cough, Kai. So I get where this comment is coming from, but I kind of feel like it's a few years too late. Dragons Rising has been doing a great job at developing Kai's character and also keeping the plot fresh, and like we mentioned earlier in the video, Dragons Rising is now focusing on one solid storyline season after season. I could totally see this comment being applicable maybe a few seasons ago and a few years ago for the Ninjago series, and even if you still feel this way, again, that's totally fine. I politely disagree though. I feel like Dragons Rising especially has been doing a great job at developing the storyline and making things actually be serious. I feel like Dragons Rising has some of the highest stakes that we've ever seen for the Ninjago series, and the show definitely takes it seriously, so again, I don't really agree with this comment, but I guess I can see where they are coming from. Dragons Rising is extremely overrated. It feels like a Nexo Knights spin-off and was really a chore to get through. Also, Wildfire is probably the show's most annoying character. Yeah, I know a lot of Ninjago fans don't really care for Wildfire all that much, but I like her a lot actually. I feel like she is pretty energetic and can sometimes be a little bit too much, but still I like her character and I'm curious to see where her character goes, especially building off of Kai's character. And the idea that Dragons Rising feels like a Nexo Knights spin-off, I mean, I haven't seen the entirety of the Nexo Knights show. I've only seen the first couple of episodes, so I guess I can't speak too much on that opinion. To me, Dragons Rising feels like Ninjago and Nexo Knights hardly feel the same to me. But again, opinions will be had, of course. Wu should have died in the pilots or season 1. That would give character development for each ninja, and plus the ninja can be more independent. Wu is awesome, but we need him to die for the ninja to keep going. Yeah, that's more or less what Dragons Rising has been doing, with having Master Wu be dead, but not really dead. We're not really sure what's going on with Wu at this moment in time, but I'm not sure if he should have died that early. I mean, maybe if Ninjago was going to end at season 2, which it was originally going to do, but if they would have stuck with that original ending, maybe Wu could have died at the end of season 1, sure. But knowing how far Ninjago has come and how much is just under the Ninjago name, Master Wu dying that early, I don't think that would have worked. If anything, Master Wu should have died in Crystallized. I feel like that would have given the ninja a chance to bounce back and given them more of a reason to care. And with Dragons Rising treating Wu like he's dead anyway, yeah, I feel like Crystallized was the right place to kill off Master Wu. Probably not the pilots or season 1, but again, opinions are opinions. The Ninjago movie is top-notch comedy. Yeah, the Ninjago movie is certainly funny. I'm not sure if it's the funniest thing that I've ever seen throughout my entire existence, but it does still have its humorous moments, and I feel like its comedy is one of its strongest aspects, that's for sure. Again, not sure if it's the funniest thing ever, probably not even the funniest Lego movie, but it is pretty funny, and like I said, being funny is one of the only things that this movie has going for it for a lot of Ninjago fans out there. I personally like the movie for a lot of other reasons. Like I said though, the comedy and the humor, that definitely stands out. The theme should just die already. I saw this pop up quite a bit throughout the comment section of this hot takes post, and honestly, I can see where people are coming from when they say that Ninjago probably should have died a long time ago. But I feel like a lot of people that say that probably don't watch the show anymore. Maybe they did back in the day, but maybe they haven't been watching it now, because Dragons Rising is a step in the right direction. I feel like with Dragons Rising, the series is only just getting started. We have multiple years of this still in development, and I'm excited to see where they go. Maybe some Ninjago seasons in the past have been a little bit bland or uninspired to some people, but again, in my opinion, Ninjago has just found its groove once again, and I would hate to see it end anytime soon. And in a similar manner, we have this one right here. I think that people should just grow up and stop worshiping the show. We see this a lot throughout the Ninjago community, but again, this does come from a lot of people that maybe watched Ninjago back in the day, or maybe they don't watch it anymore, because from the outside perspective, yeah, we are watching a show about Lego Ninja with magical powers, but come on, that's just awesome in and of itself, right? And plus, you know, Ninjaga's been a part of my life for years, and it's become a part of who I am as a person, so without Ninjago, I don't know what I would be. But I don't know, something always seemed off about people making fun of others for watching a show that makes them happy, you know? It's like, how miserable does your life have to be if all you can find happiness in is making fun of other people trying to be happy? Next up here, I can already see people disagreeing with this one, but in my opinion, every season that came after the movie is unneeded. The show drags on for far too long, and honestly, they should have ended it when the movie came out. The last season I personally enjoyed was the Ghost season with Moro. After that, it started to go downhill for me. So yeah, very similar to what we've mentioned earlier. The only thing that's different about this one is the very specific time where Ninjago should have ended. That, of course, being after the movie and before season 8. And at one point in time, that was going to be the ending. Ninjago was going to end after season 7, but the show came back for many more seasons after that, as we all know. And I will say, regarding this comment, I totally understand where they are coming from. If Ninjago isn't their thing anymore, by all means, I would hate to force them to sit down and watch Ninjago if they don't want to. I understand that Ninjago is not for everybody. And finally, we have this one. Wildfire can be one of the strongest ninja. Not gonna lie, her power is very strong. P.S. Moro is overrated. Yeah, we've definitely had the Moro isn't that good comment before, so make of that what you will. But Wildfire being one of the strongest ninja, I kind of agree with that. I know a lot of Ninjago fans might not like this, but Wildfire's heat power might burn hotter than Kai's fire. Just given what we know about fire in real life and the science behind that, if Wildfire's heat is glowing blue, then it's naturally hotter than Kai's fire, right? I don't know. Maybe there's something there. Maybe we will see the Ninjago series develop more of that as time goes on, you know, focusing more on that story. But as of right now, I feel like it might be a hot take to say that Wildfire might be stronger than Kai, even though it might be true. Who's to say? And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this round of Ninjago Hot Takes. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Like I said, I could not include everyone's hot takes in today's video as much as I would have liked to, but we will be doing more hot takes videos in the future, so stay tuned for those. As usual, I like doing these videos. It's fun to see what you guys think of Ninjago, and it's fun to sift through the comment section and find the spiciest Ninjago opinions I can. So leave all your thoughts down below. Which of these hot takes did you find to be the hottest or the most controversial? And hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you guys did enjoy this one, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.